Sports Information Director Andrea Wenzel here with head women's basketball coach Daron Park. Coach, Wednesday night, a nice exhibition victory over Cal Baptist. Can you talk about what it was like to play an opponent in a different uniform and just the general excitement of your first game as a Titan?
Yeah, really excited to be on the court last night. The players have been working so hard. It's been a long time coming for me and for them. We started this together really in April, and we met with them before the press conference and laid down the groundwork of what we wanted to be and how we wanted to be perceived. And then it was a long time from that talk to actually showing that to the general public. So to be on the court last night and to be able to go against another team at home in front of family and friends was very memorable.
Now, Coach, you alluded to that being hired in April and being here for about 6 months now. What kind of were the goals established and the processes to get there within the last 6 months?
Yeah, really a lot of little goals, I guess. We're just really trying to teach them to understand the value of doing the little things right. Whether it's making a layup with your eyes to the rim all the time, to setting a good screen and waiting on the screen, to how we're going to run in and out from timeouts. We really have decided that we have to be really good at all the little things before we can expect them to accomplish big things. So starting in April and May and June, July, August, all we've been doing is focusing on all the little things, and we've been incredibly diligent. We've held them accountable to all those little things, and to their credit, they've absolutely responded, as well as any team I've ever been around. So, we're still so new in the process. There's still so many things that we need to continue to get better at, but really excited and really pleased with how they've kind of, jumped on board and, are open to maybe a new way of doing things that they haven't experienced before.
And Coach, you kind of alluded to focusing on the little things in your first 6 months, but what can you tell Titan fans to expect your style of play to be this season?
Yeah, hopefully they saw a little bit of it last night, and if they didn't, ask some of the people that were there. We're going to get up and down. We're going to have fun. We're going to play incredibly hard. We're going to be very enthusiastic. We're going to provide great energy to ourselves and to the arena. And hopefully it's enjoyable for the fans to come watch. I mean, the knock sometimes on women's basketball can be that it's not a lot of fun to watch, and I'm aware of that. The whole women's basketball community is aware of that. We're doing a lot of things to try to change that perception, and I think our style of play hopefully is going to be reflective of some of those changes. And I think if somebody that's never seen us play before or saw us, that team play last year, if they'll, just give us a chance and come watch us play, I think they'll be pleasantly surprised.
And now you've got one exhibition game under your belt, one more before the regular season actually starts. Anything you're trying to work through or learn about your team in that last exhibition game?
Yeah, certainly. We still have to kind of, solidify rotations, define roles, help the players understand their roles. There's a ton of things that technically that we are going to improve upon and are going to make a focus point from last night to prepare for next week. But I think the biggest thing for me for our next exhibition game is obviously to try to clean up some of the technical things and help the players really start to get in a groove and a flow and understand what they're going to be asked to do on the court and how their role is going to be important to the success of this program.
Now, you were able to, when you came in April, you have 12 returners, 4 returning starters. Do you think that has made the transition a little bit easier to keep that roster fairly together?
I think so. It's really interesting because I don't know that there's many situations out there where you come into a program and you don't have one player that you recruited. Even when you take over a program, sometimes you have a couple scholarships and you sign somebody late and you're able to manipulate the roster a little bit. We didn't do that. So, every single player that's on our roster, somebody else recruited and somebody else signed. So that's tough because maybe you don't know them as well as you'd like to. But the benefit for us has certainly been, they understand who they are and what they are. They've been through this process. They've been through, things here at Cal State Fullerton together before. And I think that kind of glue and that bond, there's definitely a strong sense of team that I don't think you'd have if we had 7 new faces.
Last year, offense was certainly a struggle for this team. What kind of adjustments has the coaching staff addressed for this year?
We haven't talked about it too much. One of the good things about having a new staff and all new coaches with these kids is, we don't know what they were like before. We don't know about the offensive struggles. I mean, I certainly watched film on them and had a good understanding of, what they were and all that sort of stuff. But, today's a new day, and what I've really tried to just sell to these kids is, we're not doing anything really the same as you did last year. So the results should be different as well. So, last year I think maybe they, had a different identity and a different way of they wanted to kind of do things. This year it's real simple. Our offensive philosophy is we're going to get the right person, the right shot in the right spot. And, we're not going to take tough shots. We're going to take easy shots. So hopefully we can make some easy baskets. And if we can do that, then I think offensively we'll be just fine.
And now looking at your schedule, you certainly, the schedule certainly has some challenges. Fresno State, Alabama, Iowa State, Arizona State. I mean, looking ahead at the schedule yourself, you must realize that this team's going to get tested early before conference.
Yeah, early and often. Scheduling is in some respects the hardest thing you can do as a coach, to try to find the right balance and prepare your team without breaking your team. And, it was important for us to get home games. It was important for us to play teams that will help measure us. And I think we did just that. I mean, it's so exciting to have a Pac-12 school come into your gym. You could never turn down that opportunity. So to have Arizona State come in here, to have Fresno State, which was in the NCAA tournament, to come here and play us is great for our program and great for our kids. And then obviously to go on the road to a place like, Iowa State and to play in Hilton Coliseum where, they have 10,000 fans. It'll be special. It'll be great for them. And, our sell to them will just simply be, we're going to go out, we're going to play hard and give great energy, effort, and enthusiasm every night. And hopefully these tests in the non-conference prepare us for, what's going to be a real important conference season, and hopefully we'll come through non-conference battle tested and ready to compete against some very, very good teams in the Big West.
Okay, you mentioned kind of the non-conference preparing you for the Big West Conference. How much do you know and your staff know about the Big West Conference, and kind of what are your expectations of the conference this season?
Well, I know Cal Poly has got everybody back, and I know they're picked to win the conference, and rightfully so. I don't know a ton about the league. We played Santa Barbara last year when I was at SC, so I know them a little bit. Obviously, I know Coach Wynn at Long Beach and have kind of watched them play a little. Riverside, Irvine, I know Coach Oliver. So obviously Hawaii is going to be good now. Coach Beeman's out there doing a great job. So I think it's going to be a really good league. I think it's going to be a league where you better come ready to play every night. And I think last year, just the simple fact that the 8th place team, which was Cal State Fullerton last year, is playing in the semifinals of the conference tournament, just shows that there's balance and parity in the league already. So, I think it's going to be a really exciting conference season. And while I don't know a ton about the league right now, rest assured come January, my staff and I will have a really good handle on the other teams in the league.
Well, thank you, Coach, for joining us today, and good luck this season.
Thank you so much.
Good uncomfortable smile.
Loved it.